Would you like to hear me tale of woe? An incident has occurred. So yesterday, I went to get some groceries, and it was like 7 p.m., 6:30 p.m. or something. And I was really hungry and cranky because I hadn't eaten all day because I was editing my vaudeville video. Anyway, so I was in a bad mood, admittedly. I was in a mood and I was grumpy. And I went to the grocery store, and outside the grocery store, there's a couple of benches with a little table next to the parking lot. It's like a little like common area for people to like meet up and hang out, I suppose, or wait. Like a mini square. I'll paint you a pretty little picture. So this is the store. Here is the door. And then it goes like around, and then there's other buildings back here. And then here's the parking lot. And then here's like the pharmacy and stuff. And here's like a walkway, like a walking street. There's some like decorative planters in the middle, just like a street where you walk. And this is the entryway into the store. It has like a little lobby, and then you go into the store proper, where it's like around, and you go into the store like that. So, and here's like where you do like your recycling, and here's where the cash registers are, and you exit like that. I was walking here, boop, 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 heading to the store, and here is the table with two little benches. As I was walking here, boop, 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 there was two tweens sitting at this table. Two, I would say, based on their appearance, I would estimate that they were probably around 13, 14, thereabouts. One was sitting here, facing out towards me, and one was sitting here. And then as I got to this point, this person, facing away from me, threw an empty soda bottle, like just an empty bottle, just as hard as they could, just like this way, just threw it away, just on the ground, just tossed it. Which bothered me, because you don't do that. You don't throw your plastic bottles just willy-nilly out in public. That's just not what you do. You don't litter for one, but even worse when it's just plastic. Plus, there's a recycle right here. So they could have just gone around the corner and recycled the bottle. But no, they just chucked it. So as I was here, I made eye contact with them as I kept walking, because I wanted them to know that I saw them, and I was like, you know, because I had headphones in, so I don't know what they were talking about. And they looked back at me, and they were just laughing at me, or laughing in general. So I was like, I pointed at like the bottle, like, go get your shit. And they looked at me like I was from the moon, and they just laughed. So, and I did something that I am truly ashamed of. I did something that I've never done in my life before, I think, literally. And as I was like walking into the store, and it became clear that they did not care about this bottle that they just threw away into the walkway, and that they were just laughing at it, I pointed at their bottle, and I gave them the bird, and I just said, "Get the stupid bottle," and they were just laughing, and I just said, "Fuck you then," and I just went into the store, and I continued into the store, because I was upset with those children, with those tweens, but apparently that must have really upset this one person, because as I was getting to about here, actually no, I was right at the door, right here, a full soda bottle came flying at full speed on the ground, choop 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 choop, kicked by these people. It just about missed my shins. It was spiked hard, and it just zoomed by me. And I like looked back at it. I was like, yeah, I see what you're doing, but I'm not going to engage with it. I'm not going to bother, obviously. So I kept going into the store. And then as I was in the store, Let me see. Can I do like a... I came through the entrance. I went into the store and they have like a little bread bin here. There's some vegetables on this side and there's more bread here and there's some like stuff in the middle. So I went into the store and I went over here and I stood here and just looking at bread, checking expiration dates and stuff. When the same unopened, like full actual soda bottle, like a one of those 50 centiliter soda bottles was spiked at me like someone throwing a baseball, like literally the hardest they could muster from the entryway from here. They threw it, the same little brat threw this bottle as hard as they could right at me as I was standing here looking at bread, and they hit me in the head with this unopened soda bottle. And it really hurt. And I had a headache for the rest of the day after I came home. Which is assault. That's physical assault. If you want to get technical about them or about it. And sure, I know that I shouldn't have flipped them off, but they did start it by being brats and throwing trash around in public. And again, I didn't say anything to them and I didn't do anything to them other than flip them off and go into the store. So this I don't know, this tween, this kid threw this bottle at me and it hit my head right back here somewhere and like bumped off and landed somewhere in the bread section. And because I didn't want to like, obviously I didn't want to further anything. So I basically, for all of the, because there's gonna be more, for all of the successive incidents, I basically just, because I had my headphones in and I was shopping, so I was just like looking down at my groceries and then, and I was like, oh, I wonder what that was. Hum-da-dum-da-dum, ho-hum. Well, anyway, let's continue with my shopping. So I left and I went on to, go shopping. So I was walking like, boo, and I was walking and there's like more aisles here with like other groceries and stuff. And here there's like drinks and eggs and whatever. So I was walking around and I walked into another aisle and I was looking for pancake mix or something. People saw this. Yeah, there were other people here when they were throwing the bottle. There were other people who were like, what's happening? Looking around. And then I got to here. And I stood here looking at like some pancake mix and stuff because I wanted to make pancakes, but they were out of all eggs, literally, not a single egg. It's like, okay, maybe they have pancake mix. And some random adult that I had not seen until now found me and came up to me and said, hey, why did you upset those kids? And he said, did you flip them off or something? And I said, well, yeah, because they were throwing garbage just out and about, and they were laughing at me when I told them to pick it up, or when I indicated that they should pick it up, because you don't do that. And he said, well, they're really upset now, and now I'm going to have to deal with that. I don't know who he was, if he was like a bigger brother or a parent or a guardian, some kind of person. He said that I'm going to have to deal with that. I was like, oh, okay, but they should know how to behave in public, It's not my fault. And he was like, yeah, but they're really upset. And now that's my problem. Like, okay. So? So he left looking dejected. Because he obviously, I could tell that he understood that I wasn't the one who was bad. I think he was like either their bigger brother, or maybe they had like a caretaker or something. I have no idea. He was not like affiliated with the store. But anyway, so he just like left, and I went on with my shopping. So further on, there's the frozen food section. And as I came to the frozen food section, there's like a couple of frozen counters, and there's like some like condiments and stuff. And I went on like do, and I was standing here looking at chicken. So this guy left saying, well, I'm going to have to deal with it now. I was like, oh, okay. I mean, do that then. And then I was here. And whoever this guy was must have done a stellar job dealing with it, because the same kid showed up again, a second time inside the store, found me again in the store, and came like sprinting around the corner from this side, and again spiked another can at me, this time like an aluminum can, just like as hard as they could at me as I was standing here browsing frozen foods. Fortunately, there were some like advertising signs or whatever hanging here, and they just, by sheer luck, the can hit one of those signs and bounced off onto the floor, and the sign fell down on the floor as well. And I just looked up again. It's like, how curious. What was that? In the store. Oh yeah, in the store. They found me in the store and did it again. And then they ran away, of course. So the kid ran back out. And then, as I made my way around here, I was looking at another counter down here. The same kid appeared for a third time. So this guy does a stellar job. The same kid appears for a third time, charges at me, and like tackles me, like pushes me. Now, I was like at least a head taller than this person. So, you know, they didn't pose any physical threat. If I wanted, I was thinking that as well. They're lucky my testosterone is being suppressed, because if I wanted to, of course, I would never do this regardless. But if I wanted to, I could literally like knock him out with one smack. But so they tackled me and tried to push me, and they did say something, and I took my headphones out. It's like, what are you saying? Because I literally couldn't understand them. And even with my headphones out, I still couldn't understand them, because they had a very thick accent. And then as this douche tackled me, then the same guy from before showed up again. Oh, with some other random lady who I'd never seen until now, and they like took this kid and carted them out of the store. That was the last I saw of them, but just to be on the safe side, when I left the store, because I don't know if they were gonna like be waiting around. Obviously, the guy who was keeping them under control wasn't doing a very admirable job of it. So I don't know if he just like left them here again. Maybe they were just back out there waiting. So when I left the store with my groceries, I took this way, and I went the other way around the building and home. Oh no, no apology. I think they wanted me to apologize. That seemed like that was the goal of the dude, the grown-up dude, that he wanted me to apologize. So yeah, one missed attack here, and then one successful attack by the bread counter in the head, and then one missed attack by the frozen foods, and then one successful tackle again by the frozen foods. So that's 4 attacks, 2 successful physical attacks. And then I took 2 painkillers, and I still had a headache the whole night, and the whole evening and the whole night. And I was a little worried that I might have gotten a concussion or something, because painkillers did nothing to quell it. But I didn't feel nauseated or anything, so after a while I went to bed. I could have been seriously injured, yeah. If that metal can had hit me in the head as well, that would probably have done some serious damage, because at least the first bottle, even though it was a soda bottle that was full, like cap on, so it wasn't like light by any means or soft by any means. At least that was a plastic bottle, and they usually have rounder edges and stuff. But if the second bottle had hit, I think that could, because that was from the front as well, so that would have probably hit my face. Report it. It's not gonna work. Nothing's gonna come of it. It's gonna be my word against some kid's word. The only other alternative would be if potentially the store had security footage that potentially could have captured it and that they potentially could have saved, potentially. But that's like from, well, yesterday now. And, you know, even if that's all somehow captured, it's a kid. Nothing's gonna happen. Nothing's gonna come of it. And all I have is a vague description of events. So regardless, it would just be my word against their word. That is, if I could even at all identify the person. And of course, during none of these, either of these, any of these attacks, I did anything retaliatory other than listen, like take my headphones out and try to listen to what they were saying. You know? So I never did anything in return, obviously. Other than ignore them, which I think personally probably upset them more, and that's probably also why they came back. Because they were so pissed that I didn't seem bothered, which I claim as a moral victory. If this was in America, that is such a lawsuit for physical assault. And also, if I wanted to be really anal about it, you could also claim it being like a hate crime or something. And during Pride Month as well, they were obviously hunting and targeting. You know? You could spin it that way. Random kid. If I wanted to. If it was America, one of you would have gotten shot. That's true. I'm more curious as to what role that adult had, and also why they didn't stick with the kid after the first time. Because since the kid obviously was able to come back into the store unsupervised twice after having thrown the bottle from the entryway, like, because the kid threw the bottle, right? And then the adult came and talked to me, and then the kid came back, and then the kid came back. So after the adult had spoken with me, obviously he should have stuck with the kid, which clearly he didn't, twice. What I think that they did was just say, don't do that. Go back to the chair or to the desk or to the, what's it called, bench. Go back to the bench and hang out with your friend there. Don't do that. And then they probably left again, which let the kid come back in. I think it was probably a youth caretaker of some kind, yeah, since they said that it's now my problem, or like I have to deal with this, which is a weird way to phrase it if you're like a bigger brother. He wasn't old enough to be a parent, so he would have been a caretaker or a bigger brother. Did the adult apologize? No one. After the kid tackled me and they let him out the store, I saw none of them again, or heard from any of them again. It does feel very shaking fist at Cloud. Like, mentioning any of it or trying to do anything about it feels very shaking fist at Cloud, which is why I don't really want to bother either. It's like, it's just kids being dumbasses. Nothing's gonna happen even if I try. So why bother? Yeah, that was my yesterday.